Hey, it's Kim Komando today, your daily podcast to keep you up to date with all things digital and beyond. And I'd love to have you be a part of our podcast. You can make an appointment to speak with me. Just head over to Komando.com, and on the top right, there's a button that says Email Kim. Fill that out, and that's it. Oh, yes. Put it right up there on the shelf with the foldable maps. The Sunday newspaper. Well, you still can get the Sunday newspaper, but it's only like, I don't know, an eighth of an inch thick. Not like it used to be. The TV repairman, totally gone too. Well, guess what? Piggy banks are no longer selling like hotcakes because kids are now getting and saving money using apps like Osper, Nimble, GoHenry, Rooster Money. Basically, what happens is parents put money inside the app and the kids get to figure out how to go spend it. You know, I have to tell you something. I don't like piggy banks. You know why? I'm afraid of change. Ha ha, yes. And you see, ladies and gentlemen, just an example of all the fun that we have here week after week as we talk about living the best digital life ever. It's the nation's largest show about everything digital. You can find us on over 425 top stations across the United States, and we're streaming in your favorite radio app. And you can find us streaming as a podcast, as a webcast, 24/7. Plus, you get all the archives commercial free. What more do you want? Oh, it's great. Over at getkim.com. Once again, that's getkim.com. And a special thank you goes out to our servicemen and women in the Army, the Marines, the Navy, the Air Force, Coast Guard, and Space Force, who are protecting our great nation and listening to us on the American Forces Network Radio. And our T-Mobile Unlimited listener line is now open at 1-888-825-5254 is the way to join us. All right, let's start this hour with 5 things that you need to know about consumer tech that will keep you up to date, make a difference in how you use your devices, what you buy, what you spend your money on. And every June, Apple has what they call the WWDC. I know it sounds like a wrestling match, but it's when Apple announces the new iOS and new hardware coming in the fall just in time for you to buy it during the holidays. Now, here are some highlights from this WWDC. We have a full write-up in case you want to learn more over on the website at Komando.com. But they have a new MacBook Air. It's new outside and inside, has the M2 chip. It's 11 millimeters thick, 2.7 pounds. It's pricey. It's $1,200. Okay. Apple Watch changes. There's going to be some new running metrics and tracking how you actually move up and down. And if you are a triathlete, yes, they have a multi-sport workout. So you can switch between swimming, cycling, and running. Wow, could you imagine doing the Kona Marathon? Not me. Sleep Stages uses the accelerometer and heart rate sensors, going to track what sleep state you're in and for how long. The watch is also going to track AFib history, but it has to get clearance from the FDA first. And then tracking medication. It's going to remind you to take your meds, and then you can also have almost like a medication app going there too. If you're on an iPad, this is kind of cool. I thought it's called a Freeform app. It's a virtual shared whiteboard with drawing tools for group meetings coming later this year. It supports embedding documents, videos, and it's going to be included on all platforms. Number 2 on our list of things that you need to know about consumer tech is, yes, new iOS changes. We're talking about iOS 16 for your iPhone and your iPads. That was announced at the WWDC. You can do some other things with your phone now. Customize the lock screen. You're going to have notifications and widgets. You can see your appointments, your time, spent exercising, calendar, health. So the screen isn't going to be dark anymore when you're not using it. Yeah, Samsung people saying, I've had that since 2014. It's called Live Activities. You can see things like how far your Instacart driver is from or your Uber driver, the score in a game. And this is the big thing with iOS 16 that everybody's talking about because there's some ramifications with this. You can edit text messages after they've been sent, which is perfect for the typos. So no more asterisks that says like, oh, I meant Monday instead of movie. And now you can also mark a thread as unread. You know, we've also had that on Samsung for many years. I think that goes as far back as America Online. AIM, you've got mail. New changes with the wallet. You can share keys to things like your hotel room. It's also getting BNPL. Ooh, what's that? Buy now, pay later. That's right. When you're using Apple Pay, you can split your items into 4 equal payments. Apple Maps is finally getting a feature from Google Maps. Whatever could that be? I'm talking about multi-stop routing. Allows you to plan your trips in advance. Multi-stop routing is also supported by Siri, so you can do a lot with your voice. CarPlay got a major overhaul. Thank you for that. I really appreciate it. But overall, the WWDC was underwhelming because people were like, where is the big standout feature? Where's the new iPhone? We haven't had anything major since, I don't know, 15 years ago. Where are the AR glasses, Apple? No AR glasses. Nope. Just a whole bunch of changes to iOS and also a little bit of new hardware. And so these changes are going to be rolling out. You can get the iOS 16 as a beta right now if you wanted to. There's steps to sign up over at Apple in case you wanted to do that. All right, number 3 on our list is watching the fur babies. I don't know if you've ever saw this. It's called the Furbo dog camera. It allows you to live stream video to your phone so you can see what your pet is doing when you're not at home. And it has two-way audio. So it has a barking sensor. So if the dog's barking, you get push notifications to your phone. And if Fido is being a good boy, Furbo will actually toss him a treat. You just fill the Furbo with your dog's favorite treats, and then you can give him a treat via your phone app wherever the road may lead you. Well, a new model is out. So now you have rotating 360-degree views from the camera. So the camera will go around like a ball, and it's been upgraded as a bigger wide-angle lens, color night vision, auto dog tracking, so it can follow your dog as it roams around the living room. You can also control the camera remotely. Now, the reason why I bring this up is probably something that you've never thought of with your pet. Nanny mode. That's right, the new Furbo has nanny mode. It's a subscription-based service. Well, of course it is. And it alerts you when your dog is barking, howling, or crying. It adds person alerts. It records videos into the cloud up to 15 seconds. Plus, you get a daily 60-second recap of your dog's moments captured by the camera. Okay, sleeping, water, food, go out, potty, sleeping, water, food, potty, sleeping, picks up ball, toy, whatever it is. Nanny mode will cost you $6.99 a month or $69 a year to get that on your Furbo little dog camera. Maybe it's not a bad idea. I guess I'm being cynical. I mean, watching the video might give you just a few pointers. All right, number 4, another phishing attack is coming to your inbox. That's right. If you have an Instagram account, be on the lookout for a pretty nasty scam in your direct messages. And it looks like it's coming directly from Instagram. And it says it's from the Instagram Copyright Help Center. And it says that a copyright violation has been detected by one of your photos. What you can do is pay them, or they threaten to cancel your account. And so you click and you're like, okay, I guess I'll pay you. You go to a malicious site, and then you enter in your credit card number and you see where all this is going. And once again, you've been scammed. So just ignore any DMs saying they're from Instagram. You're not going to get any. They're just going to be Insta scams. And finally, number 5, spoiler alerts that come with a warning. So you've watched the latest streaming series, and there's this cliffhanger. You can't believe the ending. How could they do this to you after 4 series? By the way, I saw this movie the other night. I thought it'd be good. It's about Patsy Cline and Loretta Lynn. The ending was the worst. And I love Patsy Cline. I love Loretta Lynn. So my spoiler is if you see that streaming, just don't bother. Anyway, so back to you, not me, is that so you have this whole series. So you're going to hop on Twitter and tell the world about how the ending happened and how it should have happened, and you're disappointed or whatever it may be. Well, now you can slap a content warning on the tweet so everyone doesn't know the ending. Or maybe you're posting something else, a naked pic, a picture from the news, or whatever. They use the word sensitive. After you write a tweet, in the edit menu, Twitter will offer to put a content warning on the tweet, and you will have to select one or more reasons why you think the tweet needs to be hidden. And as I mentioned, you got 3 options: nudity, violence, and sensitive. You know, you haven't been hearing a lot about Elon Musk and Twitter. I mean, I guess I just don't understand why Elon Musk would want to buy Twitter for $40 billion. Really, you can get it for free in the App Store. All right, coming up, we have, in just a few seconds, a really great hack to get the best action shots. We have brand new or not true. And then in our digital life hacks, are you tired of paying for all these streaming services? What if you could find the best movies and shows for free? Yes, that's why I'm here. So stay right where you are, here with the Kim Komando Show. Okay, our T-Mobile Unlimited listener line is now open at 1-888-825-5254 is the way to join us. And if you have a question that you'd like me to answer for you here on the show, or maybe one of our tips or on our website, it's really simple to do. Just head over to Komando.com, with a K, of course. And on the right-hand corner, there's a link that says Email Kim. And I read every single email that you guys and gals send me. Once again, that's Komando.com. All right, still to come, we have brand new or not true, those 15 free movie websites I got to tell you about. And then later on, true or false, are deleted emails truly gone for good? And how about we start this hour with Jim in Houston, Texas. Hello there, Jim.
Hi there. Thank you for having me, Kim.
You betcha. What's going on? How can I help you out?
Well, I've got a very odd situation where we have a home. It's getting remodeled, and it was being worked on by a number of contractors. And my neighbor called me the other day and said, hey, you may want to look your home up on Google. Something weird is going on. And a contractor who had worked on my home over a year ago had listed my home address as their business address, opened a website, Yelp, Google,
oh my gosh,
across the board. My home address, Apple Maps, everywhere associated with this company, of which I have no affiliation. And it has obviously created a lot of duress for our family. We're receiving mail at that address for this entity. There's clearly been some form of theft going on of our mail in order to identify themselves on Google. And we're really seeking what options do we have to protect ourselves in this kind of a situation, given that it's not identity theft of Social Security or name, but of a residential address.
You know, I have to tell you something, Jim. I've been doing this show for 25 years. I have never had anybody call me with this question. Never. This is crazy because you're right. I mean, in order to verify the address, you get a letter in the mail that has a code that you have to go verify.
Exactly. And what we're thinking is that the contractor was stealing our mail while they were working on our house in order to do that. And we moved out of the home during the work period. And so it's just,
that'd be easy.
We're completely flabbergasted. And to see that there's a website up with it, there's Google ads running with our personal address on them associated with this quote unquote company. And I've called a couple of scrubbing agencies, internet scrubbing, and they say we can do name, but we can't help you from the vantage point of it's a business. And so we're really kind of at an impasse.
Okay. I would start with the Board of Registrar of Contractors for Houston.
Yeah.
And the county there, and file a complaint. Because if he's a licensed contractor, this is something that I don't know if it would be able to get his license taken away, but I think you could get the attention of somebody who's at the contractor's license bureau and say, this is what's going on, and how do I stop this? Before we do, have you actually ever called the guy?
So I called the number that was associated with the Google information profile, the Google the information window.
Sure.
And that linked over to another number, and this individual answered. Okay. And that was actually before I found out the extent of the situation. Oh. And he said, well, my internet guy must have made a mistake, or, we'll get it looked at. And then all of my subsequent attempts to reach this individual I have not been able to.
Okay. All right. Here's what I would do. I would find this is what I would do. Okay. I would get one of my attorneys. Okay. Mm-hmm. And I'd say, listen, you've got to help me get this stopped.
Yeah.
Because he's impersonating my address.
Right.
And he's causing me undue duress, financial harm, emotional duress, whatever you want to say, you throw that in there, because it is.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I need to figure out how to shut him down. And this may be like a civil lawsuit. I'm not sure, because I'm not a lawyer. I can't give legal advice. But I definitely, because it's so rampant, I wouldn't want to take this on by myself and without any type of legal help. So try to find somebody who specializes in intellectual property and protection rights.
Okay.
Because that's what you have with your physical address. you can do it yourself. You can fill out a form on Google and then file a report and tell them that this is the wrong address. You can go to Yelp, you can go to Apple, and you can go, ways. But the problem is that once this address is in the system, it's really hard to get it out.
Yeah.
It's, because it's into the database. So that's why I would want to have somebody with Legal Eagle so that when a letter gets sent to Google, Apple, Waze, or whatever it may be, Yelp, that it's being sent from attorney to attorney so that it's being acted upon instead of you as a guy in Houston, Texas, filling out a form and they go, well, you know what, we don't have time for
that. Right. So would the attorneys actually send to the entities that are showing the information versus the okay.
Yes.
Got it.
Yes, they would. And I just have a feeling that that these websites, and actually not a feeling, I know that they're going to act more accordingly the way that we want them to act if it's coming in on somebody's legal letterhead than just an email from you saying this is causing me issues.
Right.
It'd be interesting I really want you to let me know what happens with this because I like to increase my knowledge base. And if you need any help along the way, or if you have any questions along the way, just feel free to shoot them my way. And because I'd like to know more about how this is working and what the attorney's solution is. And again, you can do this by yourself. You can try to do this by yourself and go from site to site to site. But I think we just need to chop this guy down at his knees and say, listen, this is not right. And maybe if he gets a letter too from an attorney and from the Board of Contractors, whoever it may be, is that he'll realize that, he stepped on too many boundaries here and he's going to get his hand slapped more ways than one. Jim, thank you so much for your call. Coming up, we have Brand New or Not True. Hey, it's time now for Brand New or Not True, and this week is brought to you by Simply Safe. One night, a few months ago, Amy was sleepwalking, and she went right out her bedroom and then right out the front door. It's a dangerous situation. She could have been heading for a big accident. Luckily, as she walked out of her house, the Simply Safe entry sensor on her front door triggered the 95 decibel siren in the base station. That's loud enough to wake her up before she wandered into the street or some other trouble. Wow, could you imagine? Seconds later, Amy even got a phone call from Simply Safe checking to make sure that everything was okay. Amy was a little groggy, but she was just fine. Amy actually says that on that sleepy night, Simply Safe saved her life. Protecting people in ways they could never imagine is just one of the reasons why more than 4 million people use and love Simply Safe. You can customize the perfect system for your home in just a few minutes at simplysafekim.com. Go today, and you're going to claim a free indoor security camera plus 20% off with interactive monitoring at simplysafekim.com. Once again, simplysafekim.com. All right, it's America's favorite radio game show sensation that I made up years ago. Is it brand new or is it not true? Because literally every week we have thousands of new gadgets and gizmos and apps and websites and smart this and smart that are announced into the tech world. So when playing Brand New or Not True, I present you, the home listener, along with a very special guest contestant, 3 gadgets in the tech world. 2 are completely fake, 1 is true. 2 I make up, that's right, and 1 is true. So you'll notice that no product names are given. That's because some people have been known to cheat, and we don't like cheaters here on the Kim Komando Show. And joining us this week for Brand New or Not True is Victoria in Greensboro, North Carolina. Hello there, Victoria.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. So what do you do there in Victoria? Victoria, what do you do there in Greensboro?
I am a retired executive chef.
Wow. Okay, so as an executive chef, what was your best dish ever?
That is like asking somebody to say who is your favorite child.
Okay. All right. Okay, so were you known for a special dish?
I was known here. I lived in 8 countries, but once I returned to the United States, I was known for my Asian expertise because I was a chef instructor and I was the go-to person for Asian cuisines.
Oh, wow. You can come over to my house and cook anytime. Anytime that you'd like. Anytime. All right, so we're going to play brand new or not true. So the two products are fake and one is real. Okay, and if you win, you guess the real product, Victoria, you will win the much coveted Kim Komando Show fanny pack. I know. You're like, I just want the fanny pack.
Oh.
Okay, you ready to play?
I'm ready.
Okay, product number one. We all know about Gen Zers. They can snap, they can gram, they can text, but can they read a regular old-fashioned clock on the wall? Because when they want to know the time, they just look at their phone. When on the phone is a digital readout. But as it turns out, a lot of Gen Zers are faced with clocks that are round in shape, showing a bunch of really difficult to understand numbers in businesses and airports and government buildings and colleges. Which is why 19-year-old Laura created an app, because she says, why are there hands on a clock anyway? They're not hands. They're like really little fingers reaching out in all directions. Now, clocks are shown in the app showing the correct time. It shows traditional numbers as well as Roman numerals on the clocks. And again, the app's creator, Laura, said she had to do it because looking at clocks, well, it's just so time consuming. The app is free for iOS and Android. Okay, product number two. Do you remember vinyl records, Victoria?
No.
You don't remember vinyl records? LPs?
Oh, vinyl records. Yes, I do.
Oh, okay, good. I was going to say, where?
Well,
and then we had 8 tracks. And That's okay. We had 8 tracks. We have cassettes. And then mixtapes. Unfortunately, they're not making a comeback. But the vinyl record that holds around 8 songs, and only 2 of them are the ones that you actually like, they are making a comeback. And to go with it, we have not just any ordinary record player, it's a smart record player. It has Bluetooth, so you can stream your music to a Bluetooth speaker for everyone to enjoy your music. Then there's a slot that you can put the record cover in so people know what record's playing. It runs on a lithium-ion battery, 12 hours of continuous playback. And you don't need to plug it in, by the way. Has a special strap that makes it easier to carry around your record player. That's right. You have a bona fide record player you can carry around with you to parties, parks, and work. And for the guy who wants to be buried with his record collection, it will be his vinyl resting place. $199. Finally, product number 3. We all know how important it is to look your best for Zoom calls, at least above your waist. So a new company's been found to look our best. They've come up with a line of shirts. They tie in the back, Victoria, like a hospital gown. So this way you don't have to put the shirts over your head and ruin your hair. You just slip your arms in, pull it up to your neck, and that's it. The whole idea is easy to take on and off in between Zoom calls. If you're an accountant, well, a short sleeve shirt with a pen and a mechanical pencil. If you're an executive chef, it has your little name on it, and it looks, and you have the chef thing going on. They have a line of groovy t-shirts too that say, don't rush me, I'm waiting for the last minute, or who needs hair with a body like this? $29.99 each. So, Victoria, so we have 3 different products. Number 1 is an app that is going to teach you how to read a clock. Product number 2 is a portable, rechargeable vinyl record player. And product number 3 are the slip-on video call shirts. So out of the 3, Victoria, which one do you think is the real product?
I think it's number 3.
Okay, Victoria is going with the slip-on video call shirts that tie like a hospital gown in your back. Let's see what the judges say. Let's hear what the judges say.
The Revolution Go is so easy to use, sounds great, so that you and your friends can make music memories. The beach, park, campground, like I said, anywhere you go.
That's right. Anywhere you go, you can carry a record player with you.
That's hard for me to imagine because in my day, they were so sensitive that those needles could just scratch the vinyl.
I don't know how they're doing it. It's made by Victoria. Victoria, they used to make those big old record players, and now they have this one. And it's $200, and it's a vinyl record player that you carry around. I can't say that I understand it because the other side of it, as I was looking at the specs, I'm like, okay, so you have analog music, and then a lot of people love the sound of vinyl, but then we're going to put it into a Bluetooth speaker, kind of like defeating that whole purpose, type of thing.
I'm with.
But anyway,
Sounds a
since
little
you're though,
sounds far fetched.
I know, but it's true. Victoria Records are selling that thing for $200. I tell you, I wouldn't want my money wrapped up in that one at all. Not at all. All right. So, how can I help you out?
Well, we had an incident last week. We have two laptops. One wasn't working very well, it was slow, and then the printer wouldn't work. So I tried everything I could, not that I'm a techie, but within my limited knowledge. And then I finally decided I needed to call someone who knew more than I did, which I did. And they investigated the laptop, at least the first laptop, and said, uh-oh, you got yourself a problem. Long story short, it was infected, had a Trojan horse, through websites that unfortunately my husband had been looking at, and he said, I'm going to clean it up, and clean it up he did. We're back to normal, but my major concern was if that was in the system, he cleaned it up, but even with protection, what's to stop a hacker to getting into my credit card information, my passwords, my financial institutions, everything.
Yeah, everything. And that's the frightening part of it, because you just let somebody onto your system and you don't know if they put a rat in there.
Yep.
They have complete access. They're getting copies of anything, malware, badware. How did you find this company? Did you just Google something?
I knew of their reputation, so it's not a company that is unknown.
Okay, so is it a major company?
Yes.
Okay, is it the Geek Squad?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Well, you know what? They probably didn't put anything on it. I wouldn't worry about that. My concern was that if you had just Googled something and then you found somebody who was just going to remote in, and then who knows what they put on it, because I get those phone calls too, right? But if it's a reputable company and if everything seems to be working fine, but if you'd like to take some extra precautions, I know it's kind of a hassle, but you might want to change your passwords. Right? You might want to just make sure that if you have two-factor authentication, that all those phone numbers are being sent to you. But I wouldn't feel scared, but I still would take some precautions, just because, I like to trust everybody, but sometimes when you trust people, you get hurt, right?
Right.
So I would take the extra step. Now that we know that everything's all cleaned up, I would take the extra step, and on all my financial accounts, my important accounts, probably as many accounts as I could do without killing myself, is I'd probably be inclined to change the passwords on all these accounts, so that this way we are just 100% certain that nobody can get anything in there. You can also run some scans, some antivirus scans, some malware scans too. Malwarebytes is good. Total AV is better. To see if it can detect any type of keyloggers that may have been left on the system as well. So, you want to change all your passwords, but also make sure that nothing could have been left as far as any type of remnants. But I bet you're probably okay. All right, let's go ahead. And thanks for playing Brand New or Not True, Victoria. And I'm sorry that you didn't win, but I still would like some of those Asian recipes at some day. Let's do our digital life hacks tip right now. And this week's brought to you by GoodRx. Some things are inevitable, like allergy season. But while you can't avoid it, you can at least save on your prescription allergy medications by checking GoodRx. With GoodRx, you can compare prescription prices at over 70,000 pharmacies to help you find the best price. And you can find discounts of up to 80%. GoodRx is recommended by doctors, pharmacists, and millions of people across the country who have saved on their prescriptions. Speaking of millions of people, over 24 million used GoodRx just last year to save on their prescriptions. You can too, whether that's on your allergy meds or other prescriptions. And remember, even if you have insurance, GoodRx could actually beat your prescription copay price. So for simple, smart savings on your prescriptions, check GoodRx. Go to goodrx.com/Kim. That's goodrx.com/Kim. goodrx.com/Kim.
GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance, Medicare and Medicaid. In 2021, GoodRx users saved 81% on retail prescription prices.
All right, so you're just super tired of paying for all these different streaming services. Wow. We all are. I mean, we didn't really know that a couple of years ago when we started talking about cutting the cord that we all be sitting here going, well, there's Netflix, there's Hulu, there's Peacock Plus, there's Apple Plus, there's Disney Plus. I mean, the list just goes on and on. So what I want to do is introduce you to, if you have not already seen this list on our site, we just recently updated it. It's 15 websites where you can watch movies and shows for free. That's right. For free is what I said. And so, like, for example, Canopy. Canopy's great, okay? They have artsy classic films, and you can use Canopy, your local library, university, or college, so you need a library card for that. Number 2 on our list is Popcorn Flicks. It gives you access to comedies, thrillers, mainstream movies. The Internet Archive is just loaded with classic movies. Sony Crackle is another one. It gives you modern movies and TV shows for free. Vudu, it's primarily a platform for buying movies and TV shows, but they have many free feature-length films and TV shows for you to watch. Now, Amazon has their own. It's called Freevee. It was formerly the Internet Movie Database, but Freevee, they've done a great job with that. Now, you're going to see some commercials, by the way, so there's nothing ever free in life. Hoopla is another one that allows you to get other type of media like DVDs and CDs and audiobooks at libraries. Roku channel, they have a lot of free content. YouTube, of course. Let's see, there's Tubi TV, Peacock, list just goes on and on. So to check this entire list, if you want to start saving some money on your streaming, look no further than the official homepage of the Kim Komando Show. That's KOMANDO.com. And when you're there, hit the link that says Kim Show. All right, still to come this hour, we're going to talk about deleted emails. Are they really gone for good? Can you get them back? The answer will surprise you here on the Kim Komando Show. All right, still to come, we have that answer, true or false. Are deleted emails really gone for good? And before we go back to all your phone calls, I just want to remind you that we have some really great podcasts for your listening pleasure. Is what you want to do is get the Daily Tech Update. And that's 60 seconds every day. It's a little news item as well as a digital life hack. So it's a great tip just to pass along. As well as you can get Kim Komando Today. That's Monday through Friday. It's about 30 minutes, perfect for your walks and talks and commutes. And you can find all of our podcasts wherever you get your podcasts. Just search for Komando with a K, of course. Christy in Chicago, Illinois. Hello there, Christy.
Yes. Hi, how are you? I love your show.
Thank you. Thank you. How can I help you out today?
I work at a church, and it's a big church, and it has concrete walls, and I work in the office mostly, but I also run the sound system. And I download music on my phone, my iPhone, and, pay for it. And I used to transfer that to a CD to play on the sound system, but they're putting on some kind of lock on the transfer, and you can't do that anymore. So I got the sound system upgraded with a Bluetooth. The problem is the music starts to play and the internet cuts out several times during the song. And I know it's because of the concrete walls and the signal from the router, the main router. We have a mainstream or a main company that does our internet providing, but we have to have extra routers around the building, and it still won't work. So I can't use the Bluetooth. Just wondering about signal boosters or what I could do.
Well, let me give you a few options. And I'm going to go through these fairly quickly, and then I'm going to give you the links where you can learn more. But instead of using Bluetooth, which is something that you don't want to do, Apple has this great thing called AirPlay. And then what you can do is have an adapter for the receiver so that this way, wherever the sound is coming in, instead of using Bluetooth, you're going to use AirPlay to get it from your phone into the receiver. So we shouldn't have those type of issues. And if that doesn't work, then we're looking at using something called Apple Switch Control. But so you can stream your audio using AirPlay, and I think that's probably the easiest way. And the adapter is like $85. And I'm going to give you a link to it over inside the Komando community. And Christy, thank you so much for your call. And don't forget, you also can get the Kim Komando Show on WS on Friday nights, too. So not only get it Saturday and Sunday nights, but also Friday nights. Okay, when you delete an email, is it really gone forever? Okay, Gmail, Outbox, Yahoo, you can't expect complete privacy. But what is the lifespan of the email that you put in the trash? You can typically get that back up to 30 days. After that, is the email gone? Well, there are numerous reports online, people using Google's Gmail message recovery tool. It lets you get your email back that might have been deleted, say if someone accessed your account without your permission. So again, that's called Google's Gmail message recovery tool. You want to stay right where you are. We have another hour of the show coming up that you don't want to miss here on the Westar Multimedia Network. You got me. It's Kim Komando today, and I'm here with you, just the facts and tips you need to thrive.